Hey everyone, it's finally arrived. This is my new review bat that I purchased. This is made by DSC. The tagline is Fearless, and it comes with this. It's reasonably padded. Feels mostly on the front, a little bit on the front and back. Probably could do with a tiny little bit more padding, but it did look after the bat. So this was actually purchased from Crown Cricketer. Yeah, people recommended that I have a look at Crown Cricketer. So I contacted Vicar at Crown Cricketer and he said, WhatsApp me. And I said, look, I want to try something new. And originally we were actually going to get a Bass. Wouldn't be something that I regularly review, and that fell through. So he arranged all the different bats that were around the price category, and I said, oh gee, I've never tried DSC, so let's do that. Now the reason I went with DSC is because they've been promoting fairly heavily at the moment. They sponsor the Indian women's cricket captain, and they've just taken on Dwayne Bravo. They sponsored, you can see Kumar Sangakkara when he was playing over in county cricket and scored that 1,000 runs last season. The other thing that people don't know, they actually make the Gun & Moore licensed bats that are sold on the Indian market. Now, it's for that reason that this bat actually has a lot of characteristics in common with what you would see on a Gun & Moore. And those I'll name is pretty much a full-length scuff sheet going from here to here already applied. It's a good quality scuff as well. The stickers are over the top of the scuff sheet like you would see on a Gun & Moore. Frustrating for people who need to fix them, but it's fine for the average cricketer who's just going to basically use it till it dies. There's also a faint image there of GM on the toe guard, so I imagine DSC themselves. They sent me a brochure, and I'll attach the link underneath the photo album so you can have a look at their brochure. In general, I'm pretty happy with this. It's 41mm edge, which is right within specification.
It also has a 64.9mm spine.
It has a slightly rounded face, and if I put it through our little makeshift gauge, there's a little bit of room left underneath because it's not as round a camber as some bats. But it definitely just fits on the edge. That edge is sitting there right on it. I'm a bit worried that as I use this paper it sort of starts to stretch a little bit. But it's definitely right within the limits, and the photos prove that. So there's nothing wrong about using this bat in the upcoming season. The other thing that I noted on it, which is only minor, is that the width of the bat is about 107, and so it's just been manually planed through as they've put it through. That's not a major issue. Probably save you nicking off maybe. Now let's talk about the press. It's not like a Gun & Moore press. So even though you've got this thing here ready to play knocked in, it's not knocked in, and I wouldn't recommend anybody going out and playing with it straight away without at least doing the edges and the toe. But it taps up beautifully, so let's have a listen. Really going there in the middle, just petering out there, so it's basically going mental there, all the way through there, really long, forgiving middle, and it's still got a tiny little bit down low, and then you've got that duck bill that sort of peters out. The toe width is, I think, 28mm, so it's quite a thick toe. So the specifications are actually pretty good, and it comes in just over 210. Probably if it was regulation width it might be 210.5. There you go, 210.3, which is pretty good for about this size. Now so the Condor Surge is the third from the top in the Condor range, which is their top of the range, the fullest and biggest bowed of the lot. It's a grade 1 willow. This particular one has 12 or 13 grains. It's got a little bit of colour down here. It's not unusual, a little bit of speck there. But as you saw, as far as performance, fine, and as far as weight, it's pretty good for its size too. Finish wise, I think it's pretty good. You can see a little bit of the machining there as it's been cut on a copy lathe probably. So that's sort of cut that shape out, and then there's been a little bit of work done to get it, to polish it up. In general, I think the finish is fine. The labels are nice and embossed. You've got this holographic effect going on underneath here. There's a holographic logo here. These are all embossed here. That's not embossed, but that one is. And you've got this paw print, which is obviously their logo. So yeah, in general, I'm pretty impressed with it, but it will need to be knocked in, and I'll just show you the toe down here. As I'm tapping that, you'll see that is already starting to indent there. So, you know, basically you would have heard it before, anything that says it's been factory prepared, even a Gunner Moore, you always do the edges and that bottom section of the toe. Disregard whatever any manufacturer tells you, unless they've actually told you specifically paid for it to be knocked in. And then even then, if you see any sharp edges, you go over them as much as you can, even just roll that. These have been rolled, so it looks like they've just been rolled, scuffed, toe guard put on, and maybe some pressing. I can't see any sort of mallet work that's gone on the edge at all. And you've got that camouflage thing going on there in the grip. As far as pickup goes, even though it's 210, I think it probably picks up slightly better than its weight. I said today to somebody I think it picks up even, but now I've sort of handled it a bit more and handled some other bats. This one feels okay, but it would definitely benefit from a change of that grip. Not only because I'm not a huge fan of the camouflage stuff, some people love it, but quite frankly a thicker grip would really benefit this. The handle itself I don't find too thin. It's not any thinner than, let's say, a Gray Nichols, but it's round. So Gray Nichols, SG, all similar size handles. It's not as thin as others that I've had in, so I haven't really got an issue about that. As far as you can see, there's some sort of quality control going on, and you got 3 thick rubber inserts. I'm pretty sure this is just a 5-piece handle. They've just been cut straight into the cane. Anyway, we'll set her up and we'll bounce the ball on it. Okay, as usual, we'll bounce the 4-piece on it. So in that middle, so it's feeling quite nice. I would actually say this very much feels similar to a Gray Nichols style press. That can't be a bad thing. It's not like a Gunner Moore style press at all. So basically, if you can't oil it, you'll basically knock it or play it in. I'd probably start knocking it just to see how it goes. But yeah, it responds quite well. And this is the Dukes. So just like a Gray Nichols, it needs a little bit of play in and only get better. But it pings quite well. Up, down, low. It's not too high a sound. And as far as seam marks, well, pretty much those seam marks are just the scuff, I believe. And obviously that's just the Dukes doing that. The older ball didn't do much. I reckon you could probably get away a couple of hours, hour maybe. quite nice, got a big middle. So, first time, Condor Surge, full profile, pretty much the maximum you can get out of the new regulations. It's got a bit of a bow there, nice thick toe. Pickup is slightly lighter to even. I wouldn't say it's a light pickup, but it's balanced. I'd probably change that grip or put an extra one on. My preference would be to change it. So yeah, so that's a review bat. I've purchased that, and that now goes pretty much up for sale straight away at my cost price, which is what it cost me, and you can contact me for that information. Thanks everybody.